Everyone, it's Wednesday, February 26th, and it's time for another quick update. On this episode, first, the federal government introduces euthanasia bill C-7. Second, a court case in London doesn't bode well for prostitution laws in Canada. And third, an abortion bill was introduced in the House of Commons just moments ago. So let's get right into it. John joins us now to talk about the new bill C-7 and its implications for Canada moving forward.
Hi everyone. Earlier this week, Parliament tabled Bill C-7. It's the bill to expand access to assisted suicide. So the bill basically says people who are not dying, whose death is not, quote, reasonably foreseeable, now may also, if the bill passes, have assisted suicide. And so the bill kind of proceeds based on these two tracks. Is your death reasonably foreseeable, which can be pretty loosely interpreted? If so, you can kind of get fast-tracked into getting assisted suicide. No waiting period necessary. The bill would get rid of the existing 10-day waiting period or reflection period, meaning people could request assisted suicide and be killed the same day that they request it, if this bill passes. The other track is your death isn't reasonably foreseeable. That would be a new class of people who are able to get assisted suicide, and for them there's more safeguards in place, a 90-day waiting period and so on, but that's kind of the new expanded eligibility pool that this bill contemplates. If your death is reasonably foreseeable and you have a disease that may take away your mental capacity, you can arrange with your doctor, give your doctor written permission to kill you at a time when you've lost mental capacity. So once you've signed this paper, you're telling the doctor, in the future, if you judge that I've lost mental capacity to give consent, to hear more about this bill, to read more about it, check out our website. There's an article there explaining it in a bit more detail. You can learn more there. Thank you.
Thanks so much, John. We encourage you to go to our campaign website, carenotkill.ca, and engage with the 4 action items there. Help us to spread the message. Now, Andre is with us to talk about a court case in London, Ontario.
Well, thanks for that, Colin. So just last Friday, a judge of the Ontario Court of Justice ruled that our prostitution laws are unconstitutional in the criminal law case out of London, Ontario. I've often described that prostitution law as the best piece of legislation passed during the 9 years that Mr. Stephen Harper was Prime Minister, and that's now been ruled unconstitutional. So we don't know exactly what happens next. Will the government appeal that decision? Will the government simply bow to an Ontario Court of Justice judge and now amend the law? We don't really know, but we're going to be watching closely. We want to make sure that the protections for vulnerable girls and vulnerable women are kept in our criminal law. That's what it's for. And so we'll definitely be watching and staying active on this file. So stay tuned for more details in the coming weeks and months. Back to you, Colin.
Thanks so much, Andre. As you might have guessed, it's been one of those weeks. One of those weeks where nothing seems to go our way. One of those weeks where not just one thing goes against us, but multiple things seem to. It's one of those weeks where it seems like all the work that's been put into a particular project has all just been for nothing. And it's in these times that we can mistakenly look to ourselves and to our own work. And it's in these moments that we can let ourselves feel defeated. But it's in that moment that we have to realize that we cannot put our trust in chariots and horses. And when we get down about the work that we're doing and the progress, or yes, even the regress that's happening on these files, we've placed too much hope in ourselves. Who do we think that we are, that we can really bring about change in our society? Why do we think that what we can do, even as ARPA employees or as ARPA volunteers, that we can really have an impact on anyone? It's one of those weeks where we have to go back to Psalm 10 and say, why, Lord, do you stand so far away? Why do you hide yourself in times of trouble? In pride, the wicked does not seek him. All his thoughts are, there is no God. But then verse 12 says, arise, O Lord, O God, lift up your hand, forget not the afflicted. O Lord, you hear the desire of the afflicted. You will strengthen their heart. You will incline your ear to do justice to the fatherless and the oppressed, so that the man who is of the earth may strike terror no more. And in a week like this, let's keep our minds on Psalm 10 and know that our God hears and that his will be done. Now, on that note, Mike and Tabitha are here with us to share some very exciting news for pro-lifers, and we think you'll be excited, and this will be a positive opportunity moving forward to continue the discussion on preborn human rights in this country.
Hey Colin, thanks so much. Yeah, Tabitha and I have just come out of the House of Commons where we watched Kathy Wagenthal rise and introduce her intentions to put forward a bill that would prohibit sex-selective abortion. This is super exciting. It's not only one of the initiatives that We Need a Law has been working on, and you've also been helping us for many years, but it's also the first time in nearly 15 years that an abortion bill will be debated in the House of Commons. Tabitha, sex-selective abortion, what's this bill about and why is it so important?
Yeah, so it really comes out of this situation that we have in Canada, where Canada has no abortion law. That means abortion is legal at any stage during pregnancy, and it also means that abortion is legal for any reason. And so what Kathy's bill, what it seems to do here is say, look, there's one reason that we, as Canadians, we can all agree that it should be illegal, and that is for sex-selective abortion. If we're a country that values equality between the sexes, that needs to start at the earliest stages. And so this bill seems to have a very narrow focus, saying sex-selective abortion is wrong. So we're very encouraged to see that this is going forward, really hoping for a good discussion both here in Parliament as well as across Canada on this issue.
Yeah, much more to come. Keep eyes and stay tuned to the We Need a Law campaign for action items to help you encourage your member of Parliament to come alongside Kathy and support this bill. Back to you, Colin.
Wow, so exciting, guys. Thanks so much. We look forward to hearing much more about this in the days and weeks to come. That's all for this week. Thanks to you for watching Quick Updates. Please do like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.